Hi, everybody. This is November 23rd, 2024. These videos are a journal of my recovery from watching my little brother, Paul Kierans, 64 with Down syndrome, be locked up by the BC New Democratic Party government for 588 days and then die. I believe that he was killed with medical assistance in dying, which he was not capable of consenting to. He had when I last was allowed to visit him at Burnaby Hospital, his ventilator was removed, all his medical supports were removed, and he appeared to me to be sedated to death, to have gone instantly from a condition where he appeared to be recovering from some kind of brain injury, and he was doing quite well, to after my nun sister learned that the police were investigating her power of attorney over him. He was dead within hours. But I'm at my favorite place, McDonald's. I just went to my Weight Watcher meeting in Maple Ridge, and I took the bus back, and I just wanted to point out something funny. Well, it's actually tragic about this evil New Democratic Party government that I believe is, well, I think they're illegitimate. There's the vote counting in the election on October 19th, 2024 was done by video scanner or by scanner, and there's an infinite number of ways. It took 2 weeks to count the ballots. And I've been a scrutineer my whole life, where counting's done by hand with eyewitnesses. There's an infinite number of ways to cook the data. It doesn't take a long time to count ballots. It takes a long time to cheat. But what I wanted to point out is I'm at my happy place, McDonald's, and you can see there's this paper straw. I'm having my usual Diet Coke or Coke Zero. So what you cannot get in British Columbia is a plastic straw. What you can get is a disgusting paper straw that feels weird and instantly collapses in the drink. You can't get a plastic straw, but what you can get is free so-called safe supply opioids like cocaine, methadone, hydromorphone, which is what the drug addicts do. Is they don't want that. What they really want is fentanyl. So they sell their hydromorphone, which is given to them by this evil new Democratic government, which is in the last 8 years presided over the deaths of 15,000 British Columbians by drug overdose. There are the flower of our youth, young men, young boys and young men. I believe 13,000 boys and men have died of drug overdoses in the last 8 years. Our precious young men. You would never have that many young men die if you sent them off to war. But evil David Eby, the evil premier who somehow cooked the books and cooked our voting records so that he could squeeze his way back into power, is back in power. So what I can get is a paper straw. I can't get a plastic straw, but I could get cocaine or hydromorphone and die of a drug overdose. That's how sick this government is. So just to bring you up to date on my evil nun sister, I'm sorry, but my brother died, as you know, or I believe he was killed on April 22nd of 2024, after my sister found out that she was being investigated by the police. And so what she did was she brought an application, a 5-day application, to have me declared a vexatious litigant, which will take away all of the few civil rights that I have to represent myself and defend myself. She's brought an application to take away that. She spent $500,000. She hasn't spent a dime. What I now know, and I've had a senior criminal defense lawyer help me with this. So what I now know is that my sister's lawyers, she's got 2 law firms, one from Ottawa, one from Vancouver. Big law firms working around the clock for her, and they're paid for by the Catholic Church. And her lawyer, all he does is represent pedophile priests. He travels across Canada, and the Catholic clergy who are most seriously have the most serious charges against them, criminal charges against them. He travels all across Canada and has gone to the Supreme Court of Canada defending these criminal clergy members. So my sister, this was a civil matter of who would be the guardian of my little brother. And my sister is 82, disabled with a walker, has only met my brother a few times over the course of his life. But she had herself appointed initially got a secret power of attorney over him, and then had herself appointed his guardian by a judge. Under very nefarious circumstances, my evidence disappeared from court. I had filed 6 binders of evidence, and it disappeared, and only my sister's evidence remained. But in any event, so I survived this week. I asked for an adjournment at the beginning of the hearing. The judge said no, so I'm appealing that decision. The judge, I've got several medical certificates from my cardiologist saying that I can't appear in court for more than 2 hours a day. And the judge said she would accommodate that. Every judge I've ever had accommodated. But when it went to, we started at 10 a.m. and when it went to 12:06, I said, the 2 hours is up. I have to leave. And the judge said, oh, can't you stay till 12:30? So they were not only reckless with my brother's liberty and my brother's life, this court is reckless with my life. And I just got up and left and walked out. Can you believe it? She didn't care if I had a letter from my family, a medical certificate from my family doctor, and a letter from my cardiologist saying that I suffer from a life-threatening cardiac condition and I can't appear in court for more than 2 hours. And my sister with she flew in, the Catholic Church flew in this criminal lawyer from Ottawa to prosecute me and to have me declared a vexatious litigant. So I don't know how well you guys have been following this, but that's where we're at right now. I went back to the Supreme Court of Canada. They dismissed my application for leave to appeal the decision appointing my 82-year-old Catholic nun sister 4,000 kilometers away in Ontario. And her lawyer said, oh, well, the issue is moot because he's dead. But then he went on to, in the same proceeding, bring a 5-day trial to have me declared a vexatious litigant. So I went back to, this week, I went back to the Supreme Court of Canada, and I said, look, he said it was moot, and yet he's gone back and set down a 5-day application to have me declared a vexatious litigant, which is like the worst thing a human being can have, because we have, little enough rights as it is, but this would take away all my rights to defend myself. If somebody had a slip and fall in my apartment and they sued me, I wouldn't be able to defend myself. And in my last case I had a case where the federal government had asked for me to pay back my employment insurance I had received employment insurance in 2019, and they said I didn't look for work hard enough, and I won. I got a $24,000 judgment against the federal government. I've won I've won many, I've had mixed results like anybody. You don't win every case, but I don't lose every case. And there was no procedural fairness because this judge went ahead. The most important thing I hope you note, or that you remember about this video, is that the judge went past the 2-hour limit that I was allowed by my cardiologist over this nonsensical. There was no reason to rush it through except for that she wanted to accommodate this shyster criminal defense lawyer from Ottawa who'd flown himself in. Every other appearance recently, he's appeared by MSN Teams. He's appeared by video, and my sister has as well. But for this trial to find me a vexatious litigant, he flew in and my sister flew in. The Catholic Church paid for it all. And I'm a Catholic. I've paid, put $5 in the collection plate for the last 20 years. Every week. And it really shakes my faith to the core to believe the Catholic Church would do this in a civil matter, regarding a personal civil matter, that they would get involved. It's shocking. And if there's any Catholics that are watching this, I hope you note that. I was so stunned by that. What are the chances that I can stand up to the Catholic Church in a personal matter regarding my little brother? It's just shocking and shameful. But, it shakes my faith to the core, but I know there's the Catholic Church is like anywhere else. There's bad people. There's good people, there's bad people, there's ordinary people. But it shakes my faith to the core. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, post them in the comments, please. Take care, everyone. Paul, I miss you so much. I hope you're having fun in heaven with Mom and Dad and Murray and Teresa and Harry.